What's good? This is Joseph 3 Banks coming at you again with Running the Comics, and this is another mega haul. And I just want to give a big shout out, firstly, to Infinite Realities, my LCS, my local comic shop in Tucker, Georgia. They had a big event. For one, they're a year old for their store, but it's been a really dope experience being a customer of theirs and checking the place out and knowing the people and getting to know them. And they have 25-cent comic days. They had another one, guys. It's actually all the comics over $1 were 25 cents for about an hour and a half. So I went there and I copped it, and then it's funny because even if you didn't go there for the 25-cent sale, after that all of the comics were half off. The wall comics were like 20% off. They had $5 toys. It was a great experience, fun day for the whole family. They have a lot of things like that throughout the year. So it's a really good experience. A lot of comic shops should learn from them. Infinite Realities Comics in Tucker, Georgia. If you live in Georgia or live in Atlanta area, east side Atlanta, it's over there. And if you don't live in the east side, you live in Atlanta, go check them out, visit. All right, let's go through this haul. There's a bunch of stuff here. I already just did a mega haul number 1. This is mega haul number 2, okay? We're gonna do this real quick, okay? First, and these right here, this little pack I did not get from there. I got from a place called Dave's in Fayetteville. Dope place. Wish I could be there longer. They have a lot of stuff here. Tons of variants. Dave's Comics in Fayetteville. That's the place to get variants. They have crazy variants. I'm trying to get up my run with Shadowman number 9. Trying to catch up with that. Get it up. There we go. Alright. Have Shadowman number 10. Beautiful comic. Anytime I can see this book, I grab it. Pitt number 1. Dale Keown. Love Pitt, need to bring him back. And of course the joke continues. Darkhawk number 21. I'm gonna read these, man. And Darkhawk number 22 with Ghost Rider. It's dope. I'm grabbing these. It's just so very interesting to me. So I've been grabbing these when I can find them. It's Infinity Warps number 2 with Iron Hammer. Basically, when Gamora had the glove, the gauntlet, whatever, and she changed reality, mixing up. Folding it in half and mixing up different characters. So it's interesting. The Silencer number 10, that foil edition. All the comics in the Dark Knight's Metal, they had their own little DC universe, had like a silver foil. I'm trying to get all of those. Not just them, but also the regular comics, because I have an Action Comics one. This right here, this is Black Panther number 25. I love this cover because it's an Aspen Comics exclusive variant by the great Michael Turner. Really dope. They had a bunch of these, but I only could get a few because they be throwing those prices up, but they were half off. So that was great. And that's Zatanna number 10. No, number 6. They actually had number 9 and number 10 there, but I didn't get that, but I got number 6. Beautiful cover. And lastly, the book I got there, a book I've been trying to get. Couldn't find it anywhere. They had about 6 of them. I got one though. That's the Batman Who Laughs number 1 Capullo cover. Look at that black cover. That is just dope. So that's that. Let's go do this. Okay? Let's run it. Speaking of Infinity Warps, here's Soldier Supreme number 1. Here's Arach-knight number 1. Here's Weapon Hex number 1. And here's Infinity Warps number 1. I'm missing Ghost Panther, and I'm missing Iron Hammer, another book from him. But also there's the Secret Warps. This is part 4, Arach-knight. Found that. Really dope. Oh, it's a beautiful cover. This is the Return of Wolverine number 1. And I think I finally completed this entire run, which I hadn't gotten because of other more important books. But when you have a sale and you can get some of these old past issues, might as well get them, especially for a quarter. Here's the Hulk number 8. And the She-Hulk was coming back. 9. Patty Walker. Number 10. I think this is the last book, 11, I think. And then they went and had the Hulk, just regular Hulk, and changed the back name and all that stuff. Found some in my Generation X, the back with the older, or the first volume. This is number 21. 23, Chamber. This is 24 and 25. Cool. I'm a big Nightcrawler fan, so I see Nightcrawler books. I said I was gonna go in and get these runs. So they have a bunch of Nightcrawler. I think I already have Nightcrawler 1 and 2 from I believe the second volume, but this is number 3. Number 6. It's really dope. These next two are really dope illustrations. It's number 10. Check this one out. Number 11. Look at that. That's dope. And this is the last book of this run, number 12. Let's get to some New Mutants action. This is Adam Kubert. I was gonna say Art Adams. This is the Adam Kubert illustration for number 5 of New Mutants. Really dope. A Warlock on there. Missed that character. This is some dope covers, which I think these covers are by John Tyler Christopher, I believe. It's number 44. 45. 46. And the next two are actually connecting. It's 47 and 48. Really dope. And this is actually the last book. Didn't have 49. This is the last book in this particular run, the series finale. It's number 50. I think this is the last series before what they're going on right now. So that'll be very interesting. This book has been made. I'm looking back on Economics and Comics, doing a live auction, so I'm trying to check what's going on back there. This book has been made into a movie. This is The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, Millennial, from Titan Comics. This is number 1. Pretty thick too. That's be very interesting. Had to get this, I already have this, but I said might as well. So I have another one, and that's for Final Crisis, that Superman cover. This is the that first printing. I really love those colors with the Final Crisis vertical, and then it's have that transparency. This book I already have, but I have the inappropriate version. So this is the PG cover, and that's the Magic Order for Image Comics, number 3. So that's really dope. A book I can actually show. Here we have again with the DC Universe coming from the Dark Knight's metal. This is Damage, another foil cover. It's number 10. That's that foil action. They always say it's a gimmick, but you can use it appropriately. DCeased. DCeased was a dope comic event. This is number 3 of the 6. This is the variant, the horror movie variant, and this is for the movie The Nun. And this is DCeased 3. Let's get some Green Lantern. This one is really dope. Really interesting about this because this was one that was, I think it was a recall on this one because of a defect. And this is Green Lantern number 1 with the teardrop defect. Really dope. And this is number 1, the variant, Capullo variant, Sinestro. That's dope. Alright, these books are from Dark Horse, and this is this a bunch of these characters. I don't know if they're first appearances, but I got a bunch of these because they all kind of go together. It's like 4 books within it's a group, And let me just show it to you. This is the first appearance actually of Barbed Wire. This is Barbed Wire #1. This is for like week 1. On this particular, you have different symbols. So for this symbol is week 1. Here's the Machine, a Magnolia cover. Here's Wolfgang. I don't know who illustrated that. Wolfgang. That was week 3, and this is a was it Garano Motorhead week 4. It's a dope hip. This is another one. Here's another one for week 1 for a different grouping. This is Division 13. And these comics are pristine. I pulled, you can like feel it feels brand new. This is like, if they were to get these graded, these would be at least between 9.6 and 9.8 actually. Actually probably more 9.8 because they were like crisp corners and everything. This is week 2, Hero Zero. This is King Tiger, week 3. And Out of the Vortex, week 4. It's pretty dope cover. And speaking of Out of the Vortex, I found a book from him. And the reason why I got this book because of that flash cover. It's Out of the Vortex #1. It's a special limited edition. There's another shiny cover. They have the regular one, but I got this one. It's shiny. Another book which I'm kind of sporadically collecting, seeing if I may get them, but it was a quarter. So Noble for Lion Forge, #17. A book which, if I see it, I'm gonna try and collect them all. But this is The Wildstorm, #5. This is a little fun book to get whenever I get. This group has been very popular, very popular. Man, they have so many comics. But I'm just getting some of the early ones. Gen 13, #0, #1. The second volume. And this is #13 B cover, which was, as you know, Campbell did the covers, J. Scott Campbell, but also, was it Jeff Smith? I forgot the name of his character that he creates. But it was a cool cover, so I grabbed that. Image does that a lot, those teaming up of other content creators who have their own books. And speaking of that, here's a Spawn #10 with Cerebus. I always love this cover. This is my second one. I think my second or third book of this. But I love that cover. It's one of my favorite Spawn covers. I love that. That color! And these two right here are books which I am collecting. I'm almost done with this run, and that's for Horizon. That was put out by Image. This is #9. I've been looking for these for the longest. #9 and #10. Really dope. And my last bag. We're gonna fly through these. We're gonna try and fly through. Still collecting these, but I'm glad I'm able to find some earlier issues because I haven't been able to find them. Here we go. Aquaman #19, Middleton variant. 23 Middleton variant. 25 Middleton variant. Hear my kids playing in the background. 28 Middleton variant. And this is from a movie, the Justice League variant for 30. Another beautiful Middleton variant, 47. Alright. Here is Isola, Image comic story. This is #9. This is actually the variant. Almost a variant on the second printing. This is the first printing for Isola #9. We have Superman Action Comics 1006. Been looking for this one. And he actually had it for a quarter. Dope. We have, I'm going to try and get the rest of these. We have some beautiful Adam Hughes covers, and that's for Invisible Woman #3. I had this joint in the 25-cent bin, which I wish I could have found the other two which I'm missing, and that's Marvel's Annotated, book 2 of 4. Here's The Walking Dead 185, Bill, they pronounce Sienkiewicz or Sienkiewicz. I forgot how to pronounce his name. Dope illustrator. This is his Jesus or Jesus cover, 185. I'm gonna get all the ones that have just the character face covers. I would like to get those. I just like the look of those. This run has ended, but I'm going back and get some of these older ones. See if I can find them. Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur number 5. And number 3. Dope. Got this one because his character is going pretty strong now in the Terrifics, and that is Mr. Terrific from JSA number 76. Okay, here's an old school joint. John Byrne illustrated, and they had these here, and they're actually pretty good condition. Legends number 2, number 5. Got some Black Panther action in here. We have Black Panther Annual number 1. And then from the new run, which is going on now, I think it's volume 7, we have Black Panther 4, 5, 7, 10, and from the earlier run, this is number 1, which is I think it's the second printing. Still looking for that first printing. And number 2, which is the first appearance of Shuri, I believe. Really dope. Also, I found Black Panther 2099, number 1. That's dope. This joint right here is, they actually had an autograph book. This is Youngblood number 1, and this is Chad Bowers actually signed this. So that was really dope to find. Speaking of Noble, we spoke about earlier, here's Noble number 1 from Lion Forge. Really dope. That's the first cover. Some more J. Scott Campbell's. This Danger Girl number 1, and I found another Danger Girl number 1 variant. From Valiant, we have Divinity number 0. Trying to find all those. This is Divinity number 4. We also have Divinity number 3. And on to Exo Man of War number 15. I'm almost finished with this run. 15. You have a new run coming up, I think in 2020. This is 13. This one I got strictly for the cover, but the cover artist and interior artists are both dope. Interior art by Jerome Opeña, but the cover is done by Lentil Yu, I believe it's pronounced Lentil Yu, and that is Vengeance of the Moon Knight number 6. That's just a dope cover, really dope. I actually like this little series. Secret Weapons from Valiant, which dealt with the Harbinger Corporation. This is number 0. I have 1 through, I think it's 1 through 5, 1 through 6 issue run. I got the 1 through 5, 1 through 6, but that's actually issue number 0. Another part of the DC universe I was talking about, from coming from Dark Knight's Metal, the New Challengers, number 1. I'm trying to get all the number 1s of all of the different DC universe of the new characters they brought out. Here's some more of that Mr. Terrific action. Love Mr. Terrific character. This is from the Final Crisis Resist. This is number 1. Speaking of that foil cover, Superman Action Comics 1004 and 1005 variant, which is really dope. Found a Doom Patrol. I'm trying to finish up that first volume run. This is number 12, which is cool. Found that. And this is a issue which I've seen a lot, but I just wanted to get it to see what it's talking about. And it is from Grant Morrison. This is book 18 Days. This is number 1 and number 2. So I want to see the book. I read number 1. Very interesting. It deals with a lot of Indian lore and some of the Indian gods from India. So it's kind of interesting how to use that in the storyline, creating a world from that. This joint, I have number 1 of this, but this is number 2. Tom, was it Scioli's or Sciali's GoBots. I used to be a big GoBots fan back in the day, so I found number 2. Really dope. Here is the Lock and Key. This is number 1. This is called Head Games. I don't think this is from the first, but this is number 1. But it has a nice little spot color. But I don't think it's the first Lock and Key. I think it's when they finished their first run or during their first run. I think they put out this Head Games. I think. Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong. Green Lantern, you know if I see some Green Lantern, I'm gonna grab. They had a lot of Green Lanterns. Green Lantern Corps, Green Lantern, Green Lantern New Guardians. I couldn't get them all. But they did have that Green Lantern number 1 sketch blank variant, which I wanted. Here's Green Lantern Corps number 56. Here's Green Lantern Corps 29. Here I already have this. It's like my second or third issue of this. Is Green Lantern number 1. And Green Lantern's Rebirth number 1. That first one, they had 2 number 1s. The one with the big kind of swooping, then the actual one that goes to the run. This is I guess like a prelude, number 1. And speaking of that, here is the regular Rebirth number 1. This is the variant from the Dobsons. Really dope. Finally found this. I am so happy to find these 2. Mainly these 2. I've been looking for these 2 for the longest, and that's from the Convergence Green Lantern Corps. Looking for this side. I found it. I'm so happy to have found that. And the Futures in Green Lantern Corps lenticular cover. Been looking for this. So I'm so happy about those 2. I got a lot of Green Lantern, y'all. Green Lantern Mosaic number 5. Been trying to find all the books for this run. Found number 5. And Green Lantern again. Green Lantern, Green Arrow, Blackest Night, number 30. Really dope. Like a homage cover. Almost done. I found a lot of Astro Cities. If you know about Astro Cities, it's Kurt Busiek and Alex Ross from Vertigo. So let's just run through all these that I found, alright? 13. 14, 19, 20, 21. The auction going strong back there. 26, 27, 28. 29. Those Alex Ross covers, man, is dope. 31. 32. 33. And last one, 38. Woo! All for a quarter. My total, I went 2 times. The first time I went when I had the quarter books, I got like 55 books for less than $18. Yes, sir. And these last books from Image, got this Huck. These are, I have all of them except for one are let's say variants of adventure movie variants. This is Huck number 2. This is number 3. This is a regular variant. This is a regular cover. Looking for the 3 variant for that one. Here's a Huck number 4, the ET variant. And number 5, that Ghostbusters variant. So that's my mega haul number 2. Hope you like it. Lots of books. I gotta get a file cabinet. I gotta get about 2 file cabinets because I have a lot of books. My collection is getting mad huge, but I have a lot of books to get to reading. Catch up on my back issues, which I have been looking forward to trying to catch up on, and a lot of just beautiful covers and other books that I've been just trying to get, especially ones which I've been looking for a long time. I was able to finish up some runs, so I'm very happy for these last 2, just the last 3 months of collecting. It's been glorious as a collector, and I'm ready now to really put them in order, get them all together, and sort them out and organize them the way they need to be. So I hope you liked the video. Like, share, subscribe, write, comment about books that you've been getting, your thoughts on the ones that I've gotten, and yeah, Joseph 3 Banks for Run the Comics, and you know, we are out. Peace and peace.